So, her mother, they kicked me and Jake out. There was a woman there named Jan who had lived for 20 years under a bridge here in Shreveport, was a chronic drug addict. At one point had ruined her lungs. Lived in the next room over at the Hamilton. And when I went to the bathroom, as soon as I got up to go to the bathroom, I had to walk past her door to go to the bathroom. She'd open her door with a phone up to her ear and say, "No, I don't have any heroin. Uh, quit knocking on my door." I never knocked on her door, and I didn't ask her for drugs. So those were the lies that were being told. And in the mornings, about 4 o'clock, she would go downstairs and meet a Shreveport Police Squad car, uh, and go out to the squad car. I'd hear her door open. When you have people like this running around, you kind of take notice of their movements. you know, uh, she'd do that if Jacob went to take a shower. If Jacob went to the bathroom, she'd go stand in front of the bathroom while Jacob was in there. I mean, right up against the bathroom door. She didn't ever go in the bathroom with Jake or supervise him. But she was falsifying those types of accusations against me and Jake, and that's what the whole game was. And it appeared to me that she was reporting that information and was surveilling me and Jake or something. She was going out to the police squad car. I had no knowledge of what she was doing out there, but she was on an air tank because she'd ruined her lungs. She told me that she wished she was still living under a bridge, and that the cops trusted her. They would bring homeless people to her to sleep in her little homeless nest under a bridge somewhere because they trusted her. Really, police trust a prostitute addicted to drugs to take care of somebody. Yeah, okay. I think at one point she was a CNA, and so those are things that aren't on the administrative record. And so that music teacher to me, her mother sent me a text message talking to me about God and Jesus and how is it that I think I'm the only person that's in the will of God, and that I'm the only person who knows what God's will is, and how come everybody else is lying, and how come I say everybody else is lying about the things that I do and don't do. And this was before this guy Billy was found out to be a fugitive pedophile. Why do I think I'm the only person that's following God's will? And then the accusation that I need help, that I'm mentally ill. I don't think I was mentally ill. I think I probably saved my son's life. And, there were other situations where this woman, she was dating this guy who worked there too. And one day she asked Jacob when we came home if he wanted to see the rest of the hotel and see her room. Jacob looked at me, and he didn't, care. And I was like, okay. She turned on her heels. She just looked like somebody just handed her $1,000, and she headed straight up the stairs and told Jacob to follow her. She didn't realize that I followed behind her too. And she went up to her room. Gary was sitting on a bed, laying on a bed, with his legs crossed, crossed at the knees, in a horizontal position, fully extended. And she was walking ahead of Jacob and hadn't said a word to him. She got to that room and opened the door, and she turned back, and she was talking to Jacob. "And this is my room." She looked at me and she went, she didn't realize that I had followed behind her. And I would never, have given Jacob permission to go with her by himself. So I don't know where that was supposed to lead to, but I know that, that's the thing I go through, is you got to trust people, right? You got to learn to trust people. Really? No, you really don't. You don't really need to do that, and you don't have to do that. Um, and that director, Ralph, he gave me a lecture one day saying that Jake was out wandering all over the streets. Jake was always with me. He never went anywhere. Uh, he didn't leave the room. If he went to the bathroom, I would stand in front of my bedroom door or room and watch him go to the bathroom, and I'd see Jan pop out of her room, was her name, and stand in front of the bathroom. And then they kicked me out, saying that I was always slamming doors, which I never did. And which I didn't do. You couldn't slam the door. Said I slammed the front door of the hotel. Well, it had an air brake on it. So you can't slam that hotel door, because if you tried to, the air brake would stop it and then close it slowly. My room was on that first landing there at the top of the stairs, right by the stairwell entrance, where the fire escape is, where you could look and see the Hamilton. You could see from the Hamilton right over to those apartments there. So, they usually had the police and the SWAT team about once a week over to those apartments. The high-rise apartment building is low income. So these are the kind of games that people have played with me for a long time. And that woman, that music teacher, I hate her guts. And, you need help from somebody. You know what, why are you going to stand behind my truck, wait for me to drive past, and stand behind my truck and cough one single time? And make sure that you don't do it loud enough for me to even detect, she didn't, indicate any desire to speak to me or anything. And on top of that, to tell me that I need mental help, that I'm crazy. I'm the nut? Really? Those people didn't give a damn about what was best for Jake, And even the church here, University Church, had suggested that I go live at the Hamilton, that they knew the people that ran the place, and that would be a good place for me and Jake to go. I think they finally shut it down. These are people that are telling me that I'm crazy. These are people that are telling me that I'm not a good parent. I don't think that's the case. I think I probably saved my son's life, and I fought tooth and nail to do that. And to allow stuff like this to go on and say that these people are all just trustworthy because they say they are, to trust that music teacher and that charitable organization when they say that, oh, Billy's harmless, oh, these people, none of them are criminals, we stay on top of things. No, they don't. No, they didn't. Those people don't do anything but lie. And excruciatingly painful to experience, and absolutely terrifying to be subjected to those types of scenarios. I protected my son, and I did it in the face of people who should have also been capable, especially since it appeared that the woman, Jan, was obviously falsifying her evidence, and was reporting it to a Shreveport police squad car that she was meeting every morning at 4 o'clock out on the street corner, or right directly in front of the hotel. And she was spiteful to me. If I tried to ask her what was going on and stuff, and they all are, because they're hell-bent on lying. And they would say other things to me, like I'd finish cooking dinner and get Jake off to bed and just sit down to have a cigarette at the top of the stairs, and Snitch would walk up to me and say, Jeanette, wow, you look great. You going out tonight? When I had makeup smeared under my eye, all I had on was mascara and lipstick. The lipstick was gone. I wasn't dressed in anything but teacher's clothes. Wasn't going anywhere. And those were the types of lies they were telling. That was from a woman who was a nun, prostitute, and drug addict. That did that. So We're just get out of jail free meat for these people.